Welcome to VSB After the Bell. I'm your host, Gianna Chell. With deep gratitude and respect, we are honored to be learning and unlearning on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Hamathquiam, Skohomish Ohomeom, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. The Vancouver School Board is among the most diverse school systems in Canada, with an annual enrollment of approximately 50,000 students from kindergarten to grade 12 and adult education students. It's hard to believe, but we're already at the end of the school year. This year was filled with many proud moments, from students winning national competitions and improving in their most challenging subjects, to educators supporting student growth and creating more inclusive school communities. On the season finale of After the Bell, we're turning the microphone over to the people who make VSB such a special place, the students and staff. Joining us from all across the district are students, teachers, school counselors, support workers, building engineers, and administrators to share some of their best and most memorable moments of the year. Joining me here today live is Zach Tucker, a grade 10 student from Eric Hamber Secondary. Zach recently competed in the bilingual stream of the Poetry and Voice Contest, an annual national recital competition. We're very excited to share that Zach won first place. Congratulations on this magnificent accomplishment. Zach, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Poetry and Voice, can you tell us a little bit more about what this is?
Yeah, so it's actually a fairly recent kind of thing. I think it started in about 2010. It's in its 15th year this year, and there's two parts of it. So one is it's called Futureverse. So that's a similar, like it's a competitive, but it's for students who write their own poetry. And they don't really perform. It's more just they get it published. They get their poetry published in like a poetry journal, and then there's the main like recitation. So within the main kind of stream of things, this year there were 10,000 students across Canada who submitted. The first step is to submit just a video of 2 poems, and there are 3 different streams. One is English, French, and bilingual. So for the bilingual stream, you do 1 poem in English and 1 poem in French, and then so you submit your poem, and then they select, I think it's 25 semifinalists from across Canada, and you win $250 as a semifinalist. And then from that group, they choose the top 9 recitations, and you get to perform live in front of an audience. And that's the top 9, 3 in each category. And then within those categories, there's kind of 3 like first place winners, and they win $3,000 each.
So what did winning this national competition mean to you?
It's been on the back of my head for a while, this whole Poetry and Voice contest. I was in the French Immersion MAC program in elementary school, and I had a really great, fantastic teacher, amazing experience in the program, and we did a lot of kind of like drama-related, activities. We put on a show, involved in some of the shows at Eric Hamber. So the whole thing about voice, acting has always been something that I've been doing. And I had attended a recitation, a poetry for the contest when I was in grade 8 for some of the older students that participate in the contest. And yeah, it was really amazing, really inspiring. I had always thought of poetry as something that was very stagnant and on the page, never thought of it as something very vibrant. But hearing these students recite poetry really changed my perspective on poetry. So I'd just say that it kind of showed me that, I do have some skills here, and that it led me to believe in myself more, I think.
So, as we mentioned, you won in the bilingual stream of the competition. Would you be willing to recite one of the poems you performed? How about the French poem, L'enfant prodigue de Gilles et nous?
Yeah. L'enfant prodigue de Gilles et nous à Claude. L'enfant qui jouait, le voilà maigre et courbé. L'enfant qui pleurait, le voilà, les yeux brûlés. L'enfant qui dansait une ronde, le voilà, qui court après le tramway. L'enfant qui voulait la lune, le voilà, satisfait d'une bouchée de pain. L'enfant fou et révolté, l'enfant au bout de la ville dans les rues étrangères, l'enfant des aventures sur la glace de la rivière, l'enfant perché sur les clôtures. Le voilà dans les droits chemins de son devoir quotidien. L'enfant libre et co-vêtu, le voilà. Travesti en panneau réclame, en homme sandwich, affublé de loi en carton-pâte, prisonnier de mesquine défense, asservi et ligoté. Le voilà, traqué au nom de la justice. L'enfant du beau sang rouge et du bon sang. Le voilà, devenu fantôme d'opéra tragique. L'enfant prodigue, le voilà, devenu homme. L'homme de time is money, et l'homme du bel contour, l'homme rivé à son travail, qui est de river toute la journée. L'homme des dimanches après-midi en pantoufles et des interminables parties de bridge. L'homme innombrable du sport de quelques hommes, et l'homme du petit compte en banque pour payer l'enterrement d'une enfance morte vers sa 15e année.
That was, I got some goosies going for sure. So yeah, amazing job. Really, if you were performing live, I could totally understand the impact of poetry and the way you were saying. Even though I didn't understand what you were saying, I could feel the emotions. So awesome, amazing job, Zach. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Speaking of winning a national competition, our next guests are winners from this year's CanSat competition, an annual competition where secondary students from across the country design, build, and test special satellites known as CanSats. Savak, Ava, and Eliel are grade 11 and 12 students who are part of the winning team from Britannia Secondary. We spoke to them at Edith Cavell Elementary, where they helped grade 5 and 6 students launch their own CanSats.
I'm Savak. I'm from Britannia, grade 11.
I'm Ava from Britannia Secondary, and I'm also in grade 11.
My name is Eliel from Britannia Secondary, and I'm in grade 12 IB.
Our team B-Sate from Britannia, we won the grand prize for best all around in terms of outreach, scientific effort, professionalism.
Technical.
Yeah. Do you want to speak on the engineering aspect of it?
So our CanSat, it was basically a collapsible glider with a camera on the bottom and then a paraglider at the top too. Our goal was to have a camera on the bottom transmitting footage to the ground that would be analyzed and compared to satellite imagery for georeferencing to be able to establish the position of the glider without GPS connectivity.
CanSat is a very it's a very layered competition in the sense that it's not just about the engineering aspect. So our team and the other team from Brit as well worked really hard on our outreach and just generally creating some interest in younger students in hopes of expanding the competition more. But it's a really overall fun experience because you do have that outreach where you're doing the presentations and you're talking to people who are really excited. And then there's the aspect of actually being in Alberta and meeting all of these other teams with like-minded people, getting to talk to them about their CanSats, just generally really smart people there. So it's super cool talking to them.
What's it been like working with the elementary students on their CanSat projects?
It has been so fun.
I think another thing about being a good engineer educator is be able to break down these very complex topics into a more digestible kind of fun way to learn. Because a lot of the elementary school kids, when they hear this mechanical piece, they have all these mission aspects to it, they might be overwhelmed by just the idea of making the CanSat. But I feel that our job and part of the CanSat CanSat competition was having the outreach aspect, where we went to summer camps and we were able to show these kids that you can make the same thing. We're 3D printing it, but you can make it out of paper and it has the same function, it has the same mission. You're dropping it, you're learning, and that's I guess the important part.
Well, as you can hear in the background, the students at Edith Cavell really did have fun learning as they launched their CanSats. After working on this project every Friday for the whole school year, the launch was a very exciting highlight for them. Cavell students Nova, Alina, and Clemence tell us all about it.
I'm Nova, and I'm in grade 6. I'm Alina in grade 5. My name is Clemence in grade 5. Since the beginning of the year, for every Friday, we're doing a CanSat project. We usually do it with high schools, so we're the first elementary school to get to do it. And then we've been working on coding and hooking up different wires to computers And then one of the weeks we did some soldering and some different stuff.
We've
and
also
then today,
done
parachutes. We put it
parachutes,
together.
too.
We measured our parachute, and then now we're dropping it off a drone today, and we're really excited to do it.
Do you think you want to do this when you're in high school and compete in the CANSAT competition?
Maybe.
Yeah? Sky's the limit?
So.
No, not for you. That's okay.
I'm not much of a science person.
That's okay, but you still had fun doing this, hey?
Yeah, it's a fun project just to do. Because then you have a choice, right? If you just see CANSAT on a board being sign up for CANSAT, you don't even know what that is. But if you do it in elementary school, you can know what it is when you're going into high school.
Yeah, it gave you that opportunity to learn a little more about it.
On the note of learning, sometimes major accomplishments aren't seen through big events and projects, but through gradual improvements or daily consistency. For elementary students Neil and Veronica, their proud moments this year were exactly that.
Hi, my name is Neil. I'm in grade 2 of Swakwasett Crosstown Elementary School over in Vancouver, BC. I think I'm pretty proud of my language arts skills have improved a lot over the school year, so I'm pretty proud of that. Like, before I started the school year, the max I could come up with was like one paragraph. Now I'm just straight up doing the paper for no reason.
My name is Veronica. I'm in grade 6 and I go to Elsie Roy Elementary. I'm just most proud of how consistent I've been and like stepping outside my comfort zone, talking to new people. I feel like I've really grown as a leader and as talking, and I'm part of the student council and I got elected for my class, so I was really happy when I did that.
Behind every student's success is dedicated school staff who help them get there. Our next guest is Brendan Chan, a teacher at John Oliver Secondary. Brendan teaches science, environmental science, and math. He also sponsors the school's environmental club and dance team. We visited him during a special Earth Day art installation at the school, which was put up by his environmental science students.
Hi, I'm Brendan, and I'm most proud of the students that I get to work with every single day here at JO. And this is our special Earth Day celebration hallway. It's meant to be kind of a walking exhibit and showcase of climate change and walking through people's journey through the environment, community, and then exploring their own personal dreams and wishes. So this project I started 4 years ago when I first started teaching environmental science at John Oliver Secondary, but it really came about because I wanted to do something different. So the way that I think about education is very action-oriented, very much involved in the community, and I take that aspect to climate change education, where we need to move beyond lifestyle choices. We need to move beyond teaching about composting and recycling, and those things are super important. But I think oftentimes I found that the community aspect and the identity aspect and the relationship aspect was missing. And so how do we infuse that into this? But also, how do we get students to understand that this is more than just a building, this is more than just a school where we sit at desks and learn, but this is a space that is theirs, that they can reclaim, that they can take ownership of, and that a school doesn't have to be what they imagined. And then to take that thinking and also apply it to sustainability. Like, what does a more sustainable community look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? Can we imagine something different? And hopefully through these installations, we can see that, yes, students and all of us can really imagine something totally different for what communities can be. And I think that's what makes this installation special.
As we know, part of creating safe and healthy school communities means supporting students' mental health. Leanne Hageland is a counselor at Van Tech Secondary. For her, a proud moment this year was building community by supporting mental health and well-being for students.
My name's Leanne, and I'm a counselor at Van Tech. This year, one of the things I'm most proud of is the Family Night series we hosted, where we screen the documentary Screenagers, looking at mental health issues in the age of social media. The events were incredibly well attended by families from across the district, and they sparked meaningful conversations and helped to foster a stronger sense of community and belonging within Van Tech.
School staff play an important role in making sure everyone feels respected and represented when they come to school. which is part of VSB's education plan, which is also our strategic plan. For school and student support worker Thomas Hicks at Nightingale, his proudest moment was helping create an inclusive learning environment.
Hi, I'm Mr. Thomas. I work here at Nightingale as a support worker. So I am proud of a couple things. I'm proud of these flags that are flying every day at our school and are gaining a lot of attention, mainly positive in the community, which is great. So I'm glad that they're here every day to show our support for people who have generally been disrespected historically and also currently, so I'm proud of that. I'm also proud that we've done a lot of anti-racism work, Red Dress Day March, we've got an assembly coming up for Indigenous History Month, so we've done a lot of very positive, progressive things here at the school. And as the anti-racist lead, I'm very proud of my role in that.
For those who are wondering, the flags Mr. Thomas was referring to were the Every Child Matters orange flags and the 2S LGBTQIA+ flags that are rainbow colored that can be seen flying at VSB schools, which is certainly something to be proud of. Next, we hear from Shelley Sunner, principal at Nightingale Elementary, and Bernie de Guzman, assistant head custodian at Elsie Roy Elementary. For them, their proudest moments this year were all about supporting students.
Good afternoon. I am Bernie de Guzman. I am the assistant head custodian here in Elsie Roy Elementary School. I am most proud about my job here in Elsie Roy Elementary School because I can deal with different kinds of students. I can help them. I enjoy working here in this school.
Hi, my name is Shelley Sunner. I'm principal over at Florence Nightingale, and this year I'm so proud of my students and how far they have come. Many of them set goals for themselves and reached those goals and broke through hurdles and overcame obstacles. So it's always nice to see how far students have come with the goals that they set for themselves.
And that's a wrap for Season 3 of After the Bell. Thank you so much to everyone who shared their top moments and to all our listeners for spending the school year with us. We look forward to seeing you in the fall, VSB. Happy summer break.
Happy summer break, everyone.
Happy summer break.
Happy summer break.
Happy summer break.
Follow us on Instagram at VSB39 to make sure you don't miss when the next episode drops. Or subscribe to VSB After the Bell on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Special thanks to music teacher Mr. Bonnell and the Nightingale Elementary students for the original theme songs.
After the Bell with the VSB.